Continuum of service is really this idea that's part of what I would describe as an integrated human capital management strategy, where we're trying to ensure that our soldiers have an opportunity to transition between the active component and the reserve component and various stages in their life so that we can use them in ways that meets their needs as a soldier, meets their needs as an employer, and meets their needs as a family. It affects the soldiers in, I think, some fairly significant ways. For example, unlike what we've done in the past, where if you had an opportunity to leave the active force and you went off and did whatever you did, the purpose of the continuum of service is to ensure that soldiers are soldiers for life. And so we want to create an opportunity for soldiers to transition between the active component and the reserve component, allows them to take a knee when they need to go take a knee, meet their family needs, because every soldier is at a different stage in their life and in their career. And so the continuum of service recognizes the fact that a soldier is a soldier for life, and that's what we want them to be. But it also recognizes that we have to be as flexible and agile as we can so that those soldiers can continue to be productive and great soldiers wherever they are in their career, their life. Much like it affects the life of a soldier, it's also a very positive thing for the family. So as I mentioned, a soldier matures at different levels. They have different experiences. There are different levels at both their civilian career, their professional Army career, etc. So the continuum of service allows a soldier to transition from one stage of their career to another. And for example, to transition into the IRR where they could take a knee. And once you're in the IRR, it means that we still have our eye on you. We still know that you're part of our force, but it allows you to take time to do the things that you need to do with your family or with your professional career. And once you're ready, we ask you to come back from the IRR into one of our other formations where, again, you can provide great value. It absolutely does, because not only do we want to, in our ARFRGen cycle, our progressive readiness cycle, provide predictability to our soldiers, our families, and their employers. Our employers get a soldier that's going to do something that every business leader wants. They're going to deliver results, and they're going to be great leaders. And so this is another opportunity for us to showcase the great skill sets that our soldiers have. Well, here's the great thing about the United States Army and the Army Reserve in particular. The Army is America's premier institute for leadership development. And so we develop leaders, and we develop leaders that deliver results. And so this is a very cost-effective model, again, part of an integrated human capital management strategy that allows the United States Army to leverage the skill sets that we've invested in this soldier, and it allows industry to take advantage of that skill set, those technical skills, and it's great for them as well. So it's a win-win all around. I think the biggest thing that we will lose as a nation and as the United States Army and Army Reserve is the skill sets that we've invested in and developed over the lifetime of a soldier. So just as any business wants a return on their investment, whether it's people or capital, we want a return on our investment too. So we've invested in our soldiers in training, technical skills, leadership skills, etc. We want to leverage those both in the force and outside the force. And that's the beauty of the continuum of service. It allows a soldier to transition between all of these points at various points in their life and their career to make a difference. This allows soldiers who are great technical experts to further develop their skills in the civilian world. So the great thing about the Army Reserve is we're a skill-rich, community-based force. And so the skill sets that we leverage inside of our force are the exact same skill sets that a particular business might need. So I learned something in the Army, I take that back to my business. The business gets the advantage of learning what I've learned in the Army. The business is better off for it. And so it's this virtuous circle, I think, that's powerful. And so when you think about a soldier for life, it's about leveraging these skill sets in different ways and in new ways that we haven't been able to do before. Well, again, I don't think you can think about any of these things in a vacuum. You think about the employer partnership of the armed forces, you think about the continuum of service, they go hand in hand. So the employer partnership of the armed forces is a very important leg in this stool. And if you think about the demographics today, the unemployment. So today, vets returning back from the combat zone, it's a 12% unemployment rate. It's about 300 basis points higher than the national average. And for the generational cohort that's 18 to 24, it's about 29%. And oh, by the way, let's not forget about their spouses who also have a nearly 30% unemployment rate. So connecting the skill sets, this great supply of soldiers that we have with unique skill sets that can make a difference, with the demand that our businesses want, that's the power of the employer partnership of the armed forces. And so it's bringing those two things together. So think about how it fits. I've got the continuum of service. I'm a soldier for life. I go through various stages where I need to take a break potentially from full-time active or TPU commitments. I want to go into the IRR, devote some of my attention to my business or for my family. We'll help you find a job. We're going to hook you up with people that are military friendly because they understand the value that a soldier can bring. And then we're going to let you come back into the force. You're going to provide value back to the Army. It's great for the nation. It's great for our employers, our families, and our soldiers. This is a perfect time for the nation to be energized around this concept. In fact, just today, as a matter of fact, as we tape this, MSNBC and employers are on the USS Intrepid working with the United States Chamber of Commerce on a veterans hiring program. And they're going to do 400 of these events all across the United States, and we'll be part of those. So it's important for the nation because as the active force starts to draw down to about 490,000 soldiers, those soldiers have skill sets that we could probably use in the United States Army Reserve. They've got great combat skills. We can leverage that today. They have skills that we need in the Army Reserve, and those skill sets, by the way, can be translated into something that an HR generalist can understand so we can impact the national unemployment rate here. And if you think about spreading that over a course of many years here, it's great for the nation because we're going to put those soldiers to work that have given so much to the nation. And so not only do we have an obligation to help them, but it's going to be great for business, it's going to be great for the Army Reserve, it's going to be great for the Army. As you think about the continuum of service, it's about facilitating the transparent transition from one component to another, linking that up with employers, allowing our soldiers to take a knee where it makes sense, where they can still be in the IRR, and when they're ready to come back, we can use their skill sets in a variety of different functions. And as you had already noted, it's great for the nation, it's great for our Army, it's great for the Army Reserve, it impacts our families and our soldiers in a very positive way. So it's a great program, it's a great idea. We're going to get after it, I think, pretty big ways here in the near future. Well, I think down at the individual level, think about this. About 81% of our skill sets are directly transferable to something that an HR generalist could understand. And the Army, as I said, I think does two things really, really well. They deliver results and they grow leaders. And those are two things that every business wants. So give me somebody that's a leader and that can deliver results and we'll change the world. That's a really big lever. And so the Army does that really, really well as the nation's premier institute for leadership. And so you take those things. That's what makes great organizations great at the end of the day. Well, one way it affects it is this. We know that if we have a happy, productive soldier, they're going to be happy and productive. And one way to do that is to make sure that wherever they are in their life cycle, in their career and in the military, they have a chance to get things right. And we honor them for that. We recognize that not everybody's created equal. And so giving them a chance to do that, to reset, as it were, so that they can be happy and productive, they're going to be better soldiers and they're going to be better employees at the end of the day. I think we do encourage soldiers to take time, take a knee, if you will, where it makes sense. Because again, to the extent that they are happy and productive, They're going to be better soldiers. Their family life is going to be better. They're going to be great employees. And when they come back to the Army when they're ready, they'll be just the same.